Hi guys, Matthias here from Molnify. Today I'm going to show you how you can use Excel to create a business survey and then upload it to Molnify as a web application. Let's get into it.
Okay, so this is what the app looks like when it's online, when the Excel file, which you can also see down here, is uploaded. And well, it works like this. Of course, I answer the first question, I get the second one, and as I keep answering questions, you can see that the output boxes here are changing. And once I'm done here, I can add my email address down here, and then I can also add a message here, and then I'll just click send answers. And what happens now is that the answers are going to be added to my Google spreadsheet, and I'm going to receive a mail. Okay, so here I am in my Excel file, and I have two sheets here, one called Molnify and one called lists. I'm going to be building the app in this sheet, but in list I've already prepared some questions that I want answered. So how long has your company been in business? In which industry is your business, and so on. Uh, and below, I have the answers here. These texts I want the survey taker to be able to pick from and choose. So the first thing I want to do is I want to create a range here so I can have a data validation list in Molnify. So up here I have already typed out the name of the different ranges. So let's just name this age here. This one will be industry. Okay, so we're done naming all of the ranges. Now, I want to paste the different questions into the sheet where I will have my app. So I'm going to highlight all of these questions and copy it, and then move to this sheet here and click paste transposed like that. So this will be the names of my different inputs. And over here, I want to have the different data validation lists to pick an answer from. So to help me out, I'm going to take all of the named ranges here and just paste them over here as some sort of help, and then move myself over to the input cell of this input. So this is the cell we'll be coloring green now. I'll go up to data and then data validation here, and I will pick list, and I will simply type age, and then I get my data validation list with different ages. I'll go down here and I'll click data validation, pick list, and equals industry. And I have another list now with industry. I'm going to speed this up and do the rest of them. Oh, and this one. This will not be a data validation list. How long have you been in your current position? I'm just going to type the letter 0 here, or the number 0 here. Okay, let's speed things up. Okay, so now all of my lists are done. I can see them here, and these will all now become inputs. And the way to turn them into inputs in Molnify is just coloring them standard green, like that. All right, now I can get rid of my helper cells here, and let's try this app out on Molnify. I'm just going to give it an ID. So ID will be my business survey, and the name of the app will be just business survey. To turn these cells into metadata, I'm going to color them purple and also the text white. You don't have to do that, but it's easier to read that way. All right, so now I'm going to save the app, and I'm going to head on over to Molnify, which I have over here, and go to upload Excel file. Then I'm going to get my file from my folder here. So I'll take my business survey and I'll just drag and drop it over to Molnify and then click upload. So now the application is ready, and as you can see, this app only has inputs at the moment, and we have two, or actually three different kinds of inputs. We have the buttons here, and we have the data validation list, And we also have the number here where I can type 5, for instance. And the reason that data validation list becomes either buttons or a drop-down like this is determined by how many rows there are in the named range. So if it's fewer, it's going to be buttons. If it's more, it's going to be a list. But you can push this in Molnify. If you want to turn the first input here into a drop-down list instead, you just go back to the Excel file, and in the UI cell, that's the third cell of the first input, you simply type drop down like that. And if you save the file and then head on over to Molnify, as an owner, you will have this sidebar if you're the owner of the app, and you can just grab your file and drop it over. And now once uploaded, the first input is going to be a data validation list as well. But I don't want to show all of these inputs at the same time. I actually just want to show the first input, and once this has been answered, I want to show the second one and the third one and so on. And we can accomplish this with a function in Molnify called Conditional Show. And now I'm going to show you how that works. Okay, so back in the Excel file, I'm going to remove dropdown now just so this is going to be more easy to follow along in. But what we want to do with conditional show, we want to tell Molnify to look at a specific cell, and when that cell has a specific value or doesn't have a specific value, we want to show the next input. So the first hidden input is going to be this input, right? So in the UI cell here, I will just type show if cell equals, and which cell is it we want to look at? Well, it's this one. This cell is situated in the Molnify tab. So equals Molnify, exclamation mark, and then we will type it's E4, so E4. We're going to separate with a semicolon like this, and we're going to type the next Molnify command, which will be show if value show if value not equals nothing, and then enter. So here we have two Molnify commands. The first one is show if cell, which tells Molnify where to look, and it's going to look at E4 in sheet Molnify. And then what to do with it? Well, show if value not nothing. So if the cell looks like this cell will not be shown, or this input will not be shown. But if the cell looks like this, for instance, then there's something in this cell. Then we will show this cell here. All right? One smart thing you can do, because right now you can't really just drag this down because it's going to say E4 as a cell reference everywhere. What you can do is that you can mix some Excel formulas into this. And the way to do that is first to turn this first function into text and removing the E4. And to turn it into text, you just do that. Exclamation, equal sign, exclamation mark, then the Molnify string, then a situation mark again. And now we want to get the Excel formula cell here. So cell, and then we'll go for address, like that. And which cell are we looking at? We're looking at this one, right? So that's the Excel formula ready. Now I want to continue with the Molnify text string. So and sign, and then an exclamation mark, and an exclamation mark, or sorry, a situation mark in the end of it. So this is what it's going to look like. Show if cell equals Molnify, exclamation mark, E4, semicolon, show if value not nothing. And now I can just send this down like that. And you can see that the cell references will follow along. Okay, so let's upload this and see what happens. We'll head over to Molnify and we will grab the file. Oh, first we have to click out the sidebar, and then we grab the file, we drag it over, and now you will probably see, well, yeah, two inputs. We will see this one and this one. And the reason we're seeing this is because this Molnify string here is looking at this cell, and it says show if value not nothing. But we wanted to say show if value not 0, right? Because the app is going to be uploaded with the 0. So I'm just going to change that to 0, save the file, head on over to Molnify, click the sidebar, and drag over the file, upload, and now that input is gone too. So now I can click here, and when I fill stuff out here, the next line will be shown. And yeah, I have my survey. Now, there's lots of things you can do with a survey like this. You could, for instance, have the Molnify application send the answers to a database, or you can have the Molnify application send the answers to a Google spreadsheet. Maybe you also want the application to send an email once a person has taken the survey. You might also want to have some output boxes here that says that you have answered 1 out of 10 questions, 2 out of 10 questions, 3 out of 10 questions, and as you progress, well, of course, that number will increase, but it will give the survey taker a sense of how long the survey is going to be. So I'm going to show you what a survey application which started out like this can look like once it's ready. All right, so this is my file ready here. I have the same questions, and I also have the same data validation lists in here, and I have the same conditional show feature over here, but I have added a few things. So here, for instance, this is a simple formula. It's an if formula. If you answer this question here, the 0 will turn into a 1. And this is because I would like to have these output boxes here saying you have completed 1 out of 10 questions, and the formula here is a simple if formula as well. So if the sum here is smaller than 10, then sum these and then add out of 10 questions. And if not, display please click send answers. And that means that once the survey is complete, it's going to say please click send answers. I also have 2 more outputs down here, and these will be the results, and this output will show some text and images regarding this application. Okay, what I've also have built here is a function to send all of my answers to Google Sheets. So maybe I'm gonna take this down here so you can see the relation here. Here, for instance, I will be sending to the first column in my Google spreadsheet, I will be sending this answer, to the second one, this answer, the third one, this answer, and so on. So these here are yellow cells, they are action cells, and they will be sending data from this application to a Google spreadsheet. I have one more action here, and it's the type here is email. And what this will do, it will send an email once a survey participant has completed a survey. So the type here is email, and it's going to send the email to whatever is in C4, which is actually where I want the participant to type in their email address. And it will send it to me as well, matthias@molnify.com. And then I have my content HTML, and this is the content of the email. Here I've constructed a few tables which will send the answers and some text in the email. Subject is answers from Molnify survey app. It's going to be from Molnify survey app. And then down here I have another action which is a multiple. So both of these are actually hidden in the application. You can see that it says hidden here and true. And this will be the only button showing. And so the action type is multiple here. And what it will do is it will execute the first action, which is the add row actions, which will send data to a Google spreadsheet. And then it will execute the second action, which is the send email action. Okay, so this is what the app looks like when it's online, when the Excel file, which you can also see down here, is uploaded. And well, it works like this. Of course, I answer the first question, I get the second one, and as I keep answering questions, you can see that the output boxes here are changing. And I can do this to the end. And once I'm done here, you will see that it says, please click send answers. I can add my email address down here, so I'll just type info@molnify.com, and then I can also add a message here. So I'll type this is just a demo. All right, and then I'll just click send answers. And what happens now is that the answers are going to be added to my Google spreadsheet, and I'm going to receive a mail. And first of all, I'm going to show you the email. It looks like this. So it says, hey, thanks for filling out the survey at Molnify. You can find your answers below. And here are all the answers that we inputted into the app. And you entered info@molnify.com as your email, and you wrote, this is just a demo. Thank you for your participation. Oh, well, thank you. Now let's take a look at the Google spreadsheet where the answers also will be ending up. And here we are in Google Sheets, and here you can see I have just typed out all of the questions, and then the app has filled out all of these lines with new answers that are sent in. And I actually built an app displaying these answers to the owner of the survey as well. So if you take a look at this sheet here, you can see that here we have a bunch of blue lines, blue cells with some formulas in them. I have my metadata here, and I have some output boxes. So if I just copy this and I head on over to app.molnify.com/app/ and then I'll paste the ID in here, we can have a look at the survey results as well. So these are all the results from the survey. Okay, so that's how you build a survey application in Molnify, and that's also how you construct your conditional shows to be able to hide input until a condition is met and you want to show them. If you would like to create your own application, please head on over to molnify.com. Here you can sign up for a 30-day free trial and upload your own Excel files. Thank you for watching and have a really nice day. Bye bye.